To all our friends who are tuning in this evening, I want a warm welcome to you, each and every one of you. And to today's session, this is one of our weekly sessions we have. And today, we are going to have a very interesting subject for discussion. And of course, we have four personalities today's presentation. And today's subject is going to be on one. The first one is ionized versus Terahertz water. It's an interesting subject. We have been discussing about it. There are many questions have come in, and today we will address it. And number two, find out why those who have brought Terahertz water cannot be used with ionized water. These two very pertinent questions, actually, they are actually relevant to all of us. And today we are going to address it in a most simpler, down-to-earth way with several examples. There are testimonies as well as also you have some demonstration to go by. And today's sharing is going to be headed by none other but our good friend, Brother John Lim. And of course, everyone knows that he is the Southeast Asia ambassador for the American Anti-Cancer Institute. And together with him, we'll have Brother John Will. Most of us are familiar with him. He used to be, our moderator for most of our sessions. And he will be, his background is, of course, he's an engineer in the petroleum industry. He will be sharing and contributing many ideas too. And of course, we have also Anthony Chua. His background is in electronics, and he will be able to share several thoughts that is of great benefit to you. And last but not least, we have a lovely lady all the way from Singapore, and she is none other than Juming, and she is going to get to us through a Mandarin interpretation so that each and every one of us was able to understand what we are going to share today. And she's going to explain to us in such a simplest manner that we will take home good piece of information, and that can be of great benefit to all. So I want to take this opportunity to once again to welcome all our listeners to join in. Take down some good notes because they will be very beneficial to you in time to come. And with that, it is my pleasure to invite and introduce Brother John Lim. Over to you, my friend.
Thank you, Brother Aaron. Thank you very much. Today is going to be an exciting session. So all my presentation today is based on all the medical study. You see all the name highlighted here. It's all from Killing Cancer, Not People on the 4th edition. So all the medical personnel, professional, they're mentioned in the book. So I'll be using all this in the book because I'm the American Anti-Cancer Ambassador, right? So the study will be based on him. Right, let's see. Now I'm going to share with you why today really quite important, because I heard so many things in the market which are new this water filter like Terahertz, like resonant water machine, all these things, right? But my main concern to me, why I want to talk to you, all of you, to discuss this, is because they're actually changing the property of my Kangen water, which is very crucial. When a person, you have a crisis in the body, everything, and then that will really affect the water for the healing process in the body anyway. So before I start, I do a disclaimer. Whatever I share here is not for cure of anything or diagnose for any disease or recommend for healing anything. So if you have any question, please refer to your medical professional, okay? I will start now. Right, you can see this. Next one, I'm going to, based on two top scientists. One scientist, Ray Kurzweil, I'll be talking about. And the next one is a renowned inventor, Dr. Hiromi Shinya. So this is a book that recommend, which is relevant in this. So I just use two person only, right? Can you hear me, everybody? Yeah.
Yes, loud and clear. Yep.
No problem. Juming, do the translation. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Now allow me to share with you Ray Kurzweil. This is him, the renowned inventor, and also he created many scientific tools and electronic stuff, right? So, and he going to give a sharing here. I'm going to share with you this particular video. This video here. And he was talking about, Kurzweil was sharing why drinking ionized water is not nonsense, because many in the internet, YouTube, about this big issue about alkaline water. And then On the bottom, I have also put down specially, take down this script for you, PDF file English and all his particular study on why ionized water is not nonsense at all. I do it in Chinese and English. You can download yourself. But before I start, let's hear him talk.
Drinking alkaline water is nonsense, and water ionizers don't work. Please keep in mind that although everyone has the right to an opinion, it doesn't necessarily mean that their opinion is true or even remotely resembling the truth. But it can be very convincing. Let's look at what Dr. Ray Kurzweil has to say about ionizers and alkaline water. Dr. Ray Kurzweil was inducted in 2002 into the National Inventors Hall of Fame. He received the $500,000 Lemelson MIT Prize, the nation's largest award in invention and innovation. He received the 1999 National Medal of Technology, the nation's highest honor in technology, from President Clinton in a White House ceremony. He has also received scores of other national and international awards. Drinking alkaline water is nonsense, and water ionizers don't work. Please keep in mind that although everyone has the right to an opinion, it doesn't necessarily mean that their opinion is true or even remotely resembling the truth. But it can be very convincing. Let's look at what Dr. Ray Kurzweil has to say about ionizers and alkaline water. Dr. Ray Kurzweil was inducted in 2002 into the National Inventors Hall of Fame. He received the $500,000 Lemelson MIT Prize, the nation's largest award in invention and innovation. He received the 1999 National Medal of Technology, the nation's highest honor in technology, from President Clinton in a White House ceremony. He has also received scores of other national and international awards, including the 1994 Dickson Prize, Carnegie Mellon University's Top Science Prize, Engineer of the Year from Design News, Inventor of the Year from MIT, and the Grace Murray Hopper.
What happened? Oh, sorry. What happened? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, whatever it is, the video, I don't know what happened. It stopped halfway. But nonetheless, more than likely, when I do the recording again, I'll put it back the full one. As this is what his conclusion say. 他所讲的东西全部在边，你看得到了。朱斌，你翻译一下了。
它显示饮用碱性水是废的，是相当是简单的。他说碱性离子化水对人的健康是非常的有益，而碱性就是离子化水中的益处比碱性或 pH 更加有利益。然而由离子体产生的饮用水最重要的益处就是氧化还原电位，就是我们讲的 ORP。具有高富时 ORP 的水在水中和那个氧自由基的能力方面是特别有价值的。这个就是这个 Dr. K 讲的。
所以 you can see you don't have to worry about this because you can actually download this on the bottom here, the English and Chinese, and give all the detail. You can translate this.
它这个已经有2个 link 在下面了，你可以再指下去你的 computer 那边呢，你就可以听有中文的，还有英文的。
好了，这个是他 Ray Kurzweil 所说的he did all the study. Now the next one I'm going to share with you is the perspective from a renowned inventor Hiromi Shinya and what he said about ionized water.
It was written by Dr. Hiromi Shinya, the world-renowned gastroenterologist. In case you don't know, a gastroenterologist is a doctor who specializes in the digestive system. Dr. Shinya has impeccable credentials. Each year, he spends 6 months in Japan and then 6 months in New York. For 45 years, he's treated kings, queens, presidents, celebrities, and thousands of other patients. He's chief of the surgical unit at Beth Israel Medical Center in New York City. And he's a clinical professor of surgery at Albert Einstein College of Medicine. He helped invent the colonoscopy, and he developed a technique for removing polyps during a colonoscopy without the need for abdominal surgery. It's actually called the Shinya method. Dr. Shinya has examined the stomachs and intestines of over 300,000 patients. He urges each...
Oh, sorry. What happened?
Each of his patients to drink this special Kangen water every day, just like he does.
Right. So you can see this. There is all the Chinese subtitle is there. So 有中文的没有问题了啊。所以再讲一下。Now the next video I'm going to recommend. This is the significant way start now. He was talking about oxidation. Today the main topic is about oxidation. Oxidation in the water. Why it's so dangerous to the human body? If you come from renowned inventor Hiromi Shinya, you better take note on what the video say. You can translate that.
今天的题材就是说抗氧化那个水变成氧化了之后，对我们身体有什么的害处？有多大的害处？
好了 ，Now I'll play this. Listen to this one after explain further.
It was written by Dr. Hiromi Shinya.
This is the next one.
It was.
Okay. Before I play the next video, and this is a book that has been published, and you can see very clearly here. You mentioned CANNOT water considered as why is the incomparable power of hydration, detoxification, antioxidant on this page 159. Over to you.
他呢，这本书就是 Dr. Hiromi Shinya 所写的。他说，还原水以下有很多的功能还有用处。第一就是补水，我们脱水，我们需要补水。第二，我们需要排毒，还原水能够把我们身体里面的毒素排出来。第三，它就是有很高的抗氧化。
Okay. Right. So this is a video I'm going to play with you on the power of water.
Our body weight, 70% of our body weight is water. So that the replenishing good non-oxidized water is the most important thing. So that what kind of water is good then? That's the one, the alkalinized water and ionized water. So theoretically, it's not really, I'm not sure, but if you're drinking the oxidized or pH low, or the pH water, like a 6.8 to 7, right, all the time, and while that our body pH should be the 7.42, that's have to be constant, have to be alkaline. Our body is alkaline. Right? So if you suppose that you're drinking water, oxidized water all the time, your body, in order to go up to 7.42, body had to do something. That's you take it out all calcium, magnesium, these minerals, to go up to, or that the homeostasis constant level 7.42, so that you eventually become osteoporosis. At the same time, you eat a lot of animal products, meat, the cheese, all kind of things. That's more your body become acid. So acid become acid, and you lose more the bone mass. So what's the best one? Is that you eat a lot of vegetables, contains a lot of calcium, magnesium, and the grains, and you do some weight-bearing exercise. That's one that can keep up your good body bone mass. So water is one of secret. So 70% we drink proper water, healthy water. That's we can rejuvenate. So that if we replenishing sufficient water to saturating our cells, each individual cells, even at the 60 trillion cells, right? Even we do 2/3 of these cells to supplying the good water and the oxygen, nutrients, we're not going to become so aging so fast. Right? That's all I can believe is antioxidant, strong antioxidant water, and strong the antioxidant the foods. That's what we have to keep taking. Now, that's one antioxidant means that the rejuvenate. That's a kangen, doing a kangen to rejuvenating our body, not the rusting. No, oxidizing is a rusting process.
So you can see, it was talking about very important. You cannot drink oxidation water. if you drink oxidation water, you're going to cause a lot of problem, right? So you can see this. Next one. Now, this is the one he recommends. What is good water? It must be non-oxidized water. He said non-oxidized water means you drink antioxidant water. That's how it causes your body imbalance. And then all this have written in Chinese here as well. Maybe you don't need to translate anyway. They can read, right? So it supply. It mentioned all the summary here. What has been taught on the video. Bottom line, what I'm going to share with you is that, right? You cannot drink oxidation water. Your body will go imbalance. What happens if cannot balance? You're going to have a lot of problem, right? So let's look at the last one, the video by American Anti-Cancer. What he's talking about. Also same thing, healing water, not oxidation water.
But when you have cancer, what you do virtually all of the time is important. So diet is number one. You need to drink the right fluids, particularly the right water, particularly ionized water. You need to detox the body, you need to take the right supplements, and you need to exercise if you can. So those are 5 steps. They're more intricate than just 5 numbers. When we talk about water, I talk about Kangen water made by the Enagic SD501s. We've never seen anything like it. And we have studied it for years and years now. I have a listing from people who have healed their own cancers using, healed their own immune systems. We have to be specific here. And their testimonials are legion now by using ionized water. And many will say, but Bob, it's only water. Well, no, it's not. Do the research, read the science. Everything that we recommend is steeped in science, and I can show you the research. Can't do that for chemo. Well, chemo is steeped in science. It came from mustard gas in World War I and World War II, and it was designed to kill people. That's the science it's steeped in. But I can give you the research and the science for ionized water. Dr. Jerry Tennant wrote a couple books on healing is voltage. That's what ionized water is. It has a negative charge on it. And you need that negative charge to heal your body. Without it, your cells do not, your body's electric. They don't have the energy to heal the body and use the other resources, whether it's the food, the hydration, supplementation, whatever, to bring that together in the cell to heal the body. So ionized water is steeped in science, and people miss it. That's why I say that our 5 steps are too easy for people, too simple. And they say, well, okay, I know I need to drink water, but where's the pill, Bob? We're so just steeped in wanting the pill that people miss the simple things. And it is the simple things that will heal cancer. The right food, the right detox, the right water, the right supplementation, and exercise. You got to exercise somehow. You don't drain your lymph. If you don't drain your lymph, you're toxic, and you'll always be toxic.
Right. So you can see this. This is how powerful we're talking about. This, you can see the sound. This is no joke. This is the water voltage. I'm talking about voltage. It's negative voltage. You can see the sound and the passive bubble coming out. It's all active hydrogen and negative charge. Today, we're going to emphasize on this negative charge, not oxidation water, right? So you can see now, you were sharing by Bob Wright, talking about healing is voltage. We need voltage. The voltage must be negative, not the positive. So that's how I bring you to this book. He was mentioned, healing is voltage, right? So you can see on this, you don't need to, you need to translate this?
给我讲哈，几乎所有的慢性疾病都是以低电压为特征，治愈就是电压，就像没有电池的新梅赛德斯不会去任何地方，没有功能正常的电气系统的身体也不会工作，所以我们身体是需要治愈，就是需要很大的电压。
That's why he said your voltage must be negative. Low voltage means negative low voltage, not positive voltage. Now this is a healing voltage have been mentioned by this Jerry Tennant, and with the scientific study on this book that you can refer, right? He was talking about why you need voltage. See, the voltage you need is actually same thing as your blood voltage, the blood pH 7.35 to 7.45, which is also -20 to -25 millivolt. Can I say that?
我们人体是 pH 7.35到 7.45的 ，OK， 这个就是这个就是要正确的电压的亮度，就是要在这个亮度里面才是正确的。如果是少过 7.35 的话，我们身体里面就是非常的碱性了，非常的酸性了，那就是不好。
Very crucial. Now you can see Jerry Tennant in the book have mentioned about voltage. Very important. You see, when you're -50 millivolt in your cell, make new cell. When you're normal for children is -35 voltage, and for adult is -25. And then when you're tired, it's actually -15. Repeat that.
OK， 你看这个 chart 其实是很简单的。那个左边呢就是那个细胞电压，如果是减50的话，它就是说，我们身体已经在制作新的细胞，其实是非常的好。如果你看如果那个细胞细胞电压是减35的话，就是说对儿童孩子来讲是正常的。如果是减25的话呢，就是对成人来讲也是正常的。但是如果你看那个数目越小的话，减15的话呢，就是说我们人体已经是开始疲倦了、疲劳了。
Including about when you're sick is -10. When you start the beginning, the chain is 0, which is neutral, right? So when you go to about, say, cancer occur is on oxidation 30. After I'm going to show you why water cannot be +30.
你看现在如果那个电压是减10的话，就是说我们生病了。OK， 如果是0的话，0通常我们讲是不错啊，其实很好，其实是不好的，因为它已经在改变那个极性了。如果是加的话呢，更糟糕，其实已经是发生问题了，我们身体已经是有疾病了。
Right, so you can see -50 make new cell. Okay. I went back, occur. Right. Also, another study by this Dr. Becky Barker. He said our body can heal ourselves while we are still sick. Oxidation is a root cause to all disease. Go on.
这个 Dr. Becky Barker 说他说如果我们自己身体可以痊愈的话，为什么我们还会生病呢？最简单的其实就是我们的身体是没有碱性的，是抗氧化，是氧化的。所以才会这样。
Now I'm going to start to tell you why I want to share with you about these two particular water. One is Terahertz, the other one is resonant water. And then you can see our water have proven to be without doubt. And you can see this video.
你看我买了一台接近7000块新币的日本过滤器水机，它只是做碱性水出来的是碱性水罢了。它不是小分子水，那碱性水呢？它对身体是有帮助，但它没有治疗功效那这台太赫兹水仪就不同了，我们这台水仪呢是没有触碰到水的你可以看得到它没有触碰到水那它的用电呢也是非常小的那个电量它可以用充电宝就可以了。它这样就在做共振，把这个水给共振成小分子，那它有治疗功效，它对慢性病、糖尿病、皮肤病洗肾的还有各种各样的疾病都在见证里面。群里的朋友有兴趣可以跟我联系。
So to summarize you to say that he's saying that put my water in our K8 water into this jar, and he's used Terahertz to treat the water and have healing effect. And he said that our water nothing more than just alkaline water, which is good for you, but have nothing else. And say that it's not even a medical grade, nothing whatsoever, in which we are. But nonetheless, I want to show you the demo I did. And I'm going to make the sound off so I can speak easier for me. I will speak both Chinese and English. I did it. This is the latest I did on this to prove it. Why oxidation, as just now have been talked about so much, is so bad for you, right? Okay. Oh, hang on. Sorry. Okay. So I'll play the video and the sound I turned off already. Now this I done it on the 25th for 25号4月我做的。 我就拿这个mineral water 啊，我买的 K2 在市场买的 ，so I buy the mineral water, I do the test myself, so I pour the mineral water into this jar using the Terahertz machine. 我用这个钢琴水啊 ，K2 啊买是布商买的，我就放这个水一个 liter 差不多这里啦，然后我就用这个Terahertz whatever he said just now 用来弄它3分钟啊。Normally it take about 3 minutes to treat the water, so I press it, it take 3 minutes, then come back, the water is ready. 已经准备好了3分钟了啊，就是说已经它共振了，整动它的水啊 ，you resonate the water, now it's ready. Now I take my 9.5 K8, I'm going to show you the proof. This is 9.5， 我拿我9.5的 pH 的水啊，在这个K8 的啊，这个是抗氧化水和碱性水和水分子小的啊 ，this is 9.5 microcrusted and alkaline and antioxidant water, which is a medical grade certified machine by the Japanese Ministry of Health. So the people making statement which is absolutely absurd. And then 我现在用原装的水啊，原装它有点用原本的水和之前，我会证明给你看啊。The original water versus the treated water, what's the difference in using meter? 用这个 ORP meter 啊，不会说谎嘛 ？You cannot tell lie with the meter, right? You can see original one. Watch the oxidation after treated. You see how much it go up, right? The original water is about oxidation. No minus mean oxidation reduction potential. That means oxidation water 300 plus. Am I right? 300 plus 360. Then after that， 我现在试了它的原装的这个水啊，mineral water 是360多啦。然后我用它做了3分钟的 ，already treated 3 minutes. You see, it went up 400 plus, which is about nearly 100 millivolt positive. You know, remember about just now was saying that anything plus 30 go into your cell, you slowly cause cancer, right? So you know that means the mineral water increase. I will just do the demo later on. Junwell and Anthony Chua, the specialist, will explain. 他会解释，所以你看得到刚才了啊。那么我也用这个 meter 叫做H2 meter 啊，active hydrogen 是这个水叫 active hydrogen 怎么样？中文怎么样讲啊 ？active hydrogen is what？
活性氢啊。
活性氢，那你看到的水有没有活性氢？我这个活性氢的 meter 是医疗买的，在日本啊，买得到，你们也买得到的。你看，好像0的话，意思是说它一点活性氢就没有，没有活性氢就是没有抗氧化了。You don't have any negative antioxidant or active hydrogen. So I put the original also 0, right? That means there's no active hydrogen. 没有活性氢啊。看我的水9.5没有啊 ？You see our 9.5? You show that we have at least 300 part per million now. This is part per million of antioxidant active hydrogen. This active hydrogen. See the number? Okay. So 你看得到它的活性氢多高吗？350多啊，说很高，所以有很高的抗氧化啦，对不对啊？So now I'll do the test using. He was saying that make the water into low microcrusted. 他做弄到那个水分子很小啊。我们证明看用 demo 看它是不是小 ，Is it small? So we use a tea bag test, right? This is tea bag green tea 啊，这个我们用绿茶来示范了啊，看到没有？看到水分子是不是真的小啊？好的，小的话啊 ，if it's small, surely you can get the nutrient and the residue from the tea bag， 它可以拿到它的那个好处的东西，绿茶煮出来嘛？你看。它水分子小还是大？根本就太大了。很小的话就出来了啊，看到没有？出不到来啊。所以它说很小吗？你看我们的珍贵的是医学的水分子小的分别，我一放进去，这个水全部温的，不是热的，全部出来了。So you can see the water draw out the nutrient residue from the green tea as compared to the Terahertz treated water. The molecule is still remain very big. So it cannot draw out the tea. ，right 拿不出来它的那个水分子小，拿不出来它的营养的绿茶。那么我用第二个，我就用这 residual green tea 的茶渣，用茶渣来试给你看，好吧 ？We use the residual concentrated tea residue, squeeze it out on both cup. So you can see this is a very concrete. You can see by your eyes whether the water is small molecule or not. 看到是水分子那个是不是很小？小的话，它可以拉出那个营养出来。If it's small, you can get the residue and nutrient from the green tea. This is concentrate residue. 原本的是那个 concentrate residue。现在我放它的 Terahertz 水放进去，看到没有？白白的。为什么？因为水分子还是大，跟水喉水的一样的 size 没有变到。It's a big of a molecule from the tap water. It doesn't change anything. So you see the water is still very big. You use Kangen water 9.5, is it? You put it in. Why? Because the small molecule remain very small. 5 to 6 molecule. 水分子5到6，这个水分子小的话，它全部拿出来，它的营养全部煮出来。这个是眼睛看得到，是骗不到人的。所以你说它大小为什么拿不出来所以这个是一个很大的疑问，对不对 ？This is a very big question mark on what they claim is based on pluck things from the air. So you can see the big difference, right? Right. So this is the test. 我讲完了这个，下一个来了。One second Okay, so the next thing is a book, Confession of the Skeptical Professor, physician is a doctor. So I urge every one of you go and read this. This one, maybe this question, I'll leave it to the next speaker Q&A. You can ask him question. It's regarding this book was mentioned about the water go through the electrolyzers, and then after it went through, it changed the vibration frequency. All this. So 我看我这个我等等下个Anthony Chua 会跟你们解释这一点好不好？Okay. Right. So now I will invite the first speaker, Anthony Chua. Are you online? Maybe Andy, you can call upon Anthony Chua to explain his finding on this study.
Yes, that's correct. Can I now invite Brother Anthony Chua? He has got extensive experience and knowledge in this area, and of course, can we invite Anthony right now? Tony, it's all over to you right now.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Okay. What the thing, John, you have mentioned a lot of things, and also your testing. Okay. So I think maybe I can just go through a brief what they call the Hertz. Actually, Hertz is the measurement of the electricity flow.
Like Jimmy translate for you.
Okay. 他现在讲的就是 Terahertz Terahertz 那个 Hertz 就是那个赫兹，那个赫兹是什么意思呢？它其实是讲那个电动式那个颠波或者是那个谐波。
Yes. Okay. So that is the measurement of electricity. So electricity, the flow SI unit means the standard international system, they use Hertz as a unit measurement for current, the waveform.
Yeah, 他就是讲的，刚才我已经说了，那个赫兹呢，就是去做那个电动式的，然后是做那个谐波的，是做那个不能够持续太久的那种什么谐波。好 ，Anthony。
Yeah, go ahead, Tony.
Anthony,
okay, yeah.
Go ahead.
So, John, any other thing?
Next question about this. The next question on this one here. Can you answer this question? I put forward to you. Can you explain about the show card?
The show card. Okay. Actually, the show card is they put there like water, this and that. Actually, the water, yes, if you pass through electricity into the water or this whatever water that you pass through the current, then there will be a waveform. So that will be a hertz. If the normal water, there won't be a hertz.
OK， 它这个问题就是说，这个卡是讲什么的呢？你看左边呢，它有几种不同的水。他说有那个雨水呀，有蒸馏水呀，有自来水，还有那个井水，这些全部都是超过100的赫氏。但是如果你看这些全部都是原本的地球上原本自然的那个水质是超过赫氏的，所以就是说没有用过颠簸的。但是你看最下面的那个赫氏，其实它是少过100，就是有颠簸作用了。
Okay, so that is a question, and then the next question, the third one, I don't know what happened. It went to the third question. So I keep flashing away. So third question for you.
The third one was the question. Because in the screen I can't see the third one.
The third question on the top left, you can read. What is the reason in the Terahertz brochure?
John, can you read the third one? What is the?
Yeah, it's being read right now, Tony. Yep.
Can you read?
I see the question too, but I cannot see the third question.
Okay, it's okay. Brother John, you read it up. Yeah, read it up.
Yeah, he was talking about the brochure was mentioned that asked people not to drink Terahertz water.
Oh, yes. Okay, the question is what's the reason, right?
Yes.
The pacemaker.
第三个问题就是说，那个太赫兹手册中建议人们不要饮用太赫兹水的原因是什么？而还原水有没有什么大的不同的之处呢？
Okay, the answer is if water, it shouldn't be anything inside the water. So Kangen water is just a normal water, it's a good water. Why they say Terahertz water cannot be used by certain group of people? For example, they are sickness, they have particular people with illness. The reason, because I don't know what is the water, but answer in a general form from the electrical and electronic point of view. Because the Terahertz water, they use the vibration. Right? When you use the vibration, the current pass through is not like Kangen water. We call this static water, but they're using is the vibration, so they create a lot of electromagnetic force.
OK， 我跟他缩短一下，就是说这个测赫的水它是用什么呢？它是用电动波，然后它去用电动波来震动那个水。当你用震动那个水之后那个水质就是不一样了。它有不一样的那个波跑出来的话呢，其实是对身体不好的，因为它有通过那个电力。而还原水呢，其实是不一样的。
Yes.
Good.
All right.
How about the fourth question? So, what is your opinion of the Terahertz water? Should Kangen water be treated with Terahertz machine before drinking it? That's the last question.
对，他问你对这个太赫兹水有什么看法？如果是饮用之前，要不要做什么东西来防备呢？
Okay. Actually, we shouldn't use our Kangen water to go through the Terahertz machine. The reason is why we want to add this magnetic force into that water that create another this radioactive force into the water.
他说其实还原水已经是很好了，为什么我们还要用这个测试的水来通过那个水质，然后把那个水质变了呢？
Yeah. Okay, very good, Anthony. So this will quite interesting to bring the next question. More than likely, our next speaker will be Junwell. Junwell, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Junwell. So maybe you can be able to explain the next question, bring together with this machine. I have tested this machine. And then what happened is that the cancer patient, cervix cancer patient bought a K8. So after bought a K8, then I teach her to drink K8. He bought the K8 from this distributor. And then the distributor also recommend him to buy the Terahertz machine, this machine, which is, I think, similar resonate machine. And then what happened, his condition get worse. Because he said that, oh, you make your K8, K8 is 18,000 plus, you know. And this machine, resonate machine, only about 5,000 something, you know. So he said, make my water better. Then I sort of, after 1 month, 2 months, I follow up with her, how is your drinking K8? Oh, he said, your distributor introduced me K8, also introduced me this Terahertz water, make my water better. And then I was very puzzled, what is this all about? So I bring the machine to my home, I test it. Wow, I tell you, this is a test. So maybe it'd be good for Gilmore to give your perspective. So I test and put in the water, right? Okay, can you explain this question, Gilmore?
Yeah, I'm reading at it now. For the we're talking about ORP, negative ORP from 369 reduced to -60.
Yeah.
After treated with that machine, we call this machine X, okay? Like you said. Okay. Well, we go back to basics, we understand what is negative ORP, positive ORP, the anti-inflammation and antioxidant and what do you say, the oxidation in our body. Well, if you have this Kangen water and you test it, it's already negative ORP, okay, which means it has a potential to reduce inflammation. And then you put it into another machine, and then it raises the ORP to positive, towards the positive value, which is from -369 to -60. It's very simple. That means whatever you apply to the water is oxidizing the water. So when you oxidize this water, it loses the anti-inflammation properties already.
Okay, can you translate that, Jimmy?
Okay, 简单的说呢，就是这个 Machine X 这个 X 的水机它是把我们的还原水，本来是说它讲的把还原水弄得更好，但是你看这个图案你就看得到了。在用还原水的用那个 ORP meter 来 check 的话呢，这个 ORP meter 是减了396，但是经过这个 X 的机器之后呢，其实是变成减60了。你自己都可以看得到，到底是对还是不对，好还是不好另外一个呢，就是还原水本身的水质已经是很高抗氧化，还有它的水分子是非常非常的小。但是经过这架 machine 之后呢，你看到其实它已经是变成氧化了，还有它氧化不止，还有它的就是那个分子是变成大的，变成大的之后呢，然后我们人呢不能够吸收好的这个水质进去，所以这个水就是有一点问题了。刚才 John 有说过，他说其实我们有一个朋友，他是有一个癌症，他起初喝还原水是喝得很好，能够帮助他很多，但是有一个朋友介绍他这个水剂，他说这个水剂能够把还原水的水质弄得更好，所以这个朋友就继续喝还原水，还有他就被介绍用的这个X 的水机，他就用这个 X 水机来喝这个水，但是过了2个月之后，不好的现象就是他的癌症那个细胞增加了，所以 John 就去问他为什么会有这个问题，他才解释说他其实有买了这个 X 水剂，所以才变成这个样子。
所以我then that's how I contacted Robert Wright and he will mention that wow, how can you change the medical water become non-medical water? How can you change the antioxidant water become oxidation water? So it defeats the purpose of drinking Kangen water. Translate that.
对，然后 John 就打电话给 Bob 去问他，然后 Bob 就觉得很奇怪，还原水已经是电解还原水，是那个医疗制裁的还原水质这样好的，为什么还要经过这个 X 的 machine 呢，来把那个水质变成不一样呢？
好了 ，and then next question, can you explain this second question? Jovel, can you explain why residual nutrient can be extracted by Kangen but not the machine X?
This one is using pH 9.5 treated with the machine X, right?
Yep.
Okay, so of course the Kangen water pH 9.5, it extracts the T, and after this treatment by this machine X, it doesn't extract. Okay, very good question, this one, but you know, before I answer that, I'd like to promote this book lah, the Clean Cancer book. Okay, because what happens here is been explained in this book, the Killing Cancer book. You go to chapter 6. I think this one is clearly on page 166 lah. I'll explain lah. I'll elaborate. Okay, according to the book, this electrolysis process in Kangen water, it reduces the clustering of Kangen water between to 5.5 or 6 water molecules. Okay, well, we know that tap water is 10 or 20 lah or more water molecules, regular tap water. Now, we need to understand this process. When you reduce this clustering of water, what it does is that, you know, it reduces the surface tension of the water, okay, and the solubility of the, it allows the solubility and cell permeability lah, which means our cell can absorb this Kangen water very, very easily. And you see here, we can extract the T. Now, after you treat it with another machine, and then you test, now it cannot extract the T anymore. That means the water clustering in Kangen water has been damaged. Okay,
I see.
Not able to you know, it's not permeable anymore, so our cell cannot absorb this water easily anymore.
Can you explain that, Yumin?
Yeah, 这个问题他就是问了，为什么绿色残留或者是营养物质可以是由那个还原水提出来，而不是这个 X 水剂呢？刚才 John Will 他有说过，他说其实是根据那个杀死癌症这本书杀死癌症的人这本书第4版第166页，他说其实那个还原水的分子水团是非常的小，小到有多小呢？其实是5到6的分子水团而已。如果我们看自来水的话自来水的分子水团呢，其实是10到20这么多这么高。但是如果经过了这个降低了水的表面张力其实我们的还原水能够溶解把那个溶解度还有那个细胞渗透性，因为它有这个溶解度还有那个细胞渗透性，所以才可以把这些营养成分全部拿出来，可以把我们人体能够吸收到。但是如果经过这个 X 水剂的话它其实把我们那个还原水里面的水质成分把它弄坏了，弄坏了之后呢，就没有那个渗透性的能力了，所以我们的人不能够吸收那个营养。如果是经过这个 X 水剂调过的那个水分出来。
Thank you, very good. That brings us to the next question. The third question, Javel. According to the Resonate brochure section 2, what is single far alignment water molecule? Can you explain in the brochure here, which is mentioned here on the center here?
John, this is a very good question.
What is it?
Okay,
this is a product brochure, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so
it's the same machine. Yeah.
It is not a scientific study, peer review, clinical studies like that. So I think the correct person who should explain about this single file alignment water molecules. I think we get the salesman to explain what is this. Better still discuss the clinical studies
John Will 他说这个根本都没有根据的。如果我们需要知道多一点这个资料的话，就要去找那个推销员，他推销这个产品
So that means you plug things from the air because I go and search on Google Scholar, I cannot even find this at all,
Yeah, well, like what I mentioned, it's a product brochure, so it's marketing words.
Okay. Good. Okay, next question, last one. What are the findings of resonant water? Is there drinking? Is it recommend to drink such water? Any benefit based on your finding, Junbel?
Yeah, okay. Benefits of drinking resonance water. Okay, so actually this term, resonance water, I think it's also a marketing, marketing word lah, because I cannot find any clinical studies on this lah. Okay, now before we indulge whether there's any benefit or not, okay, before we get a product, we need to understand whether there's any clinical studies or not. That's number one you need to do. Clinical studies, the science behind it. Number two, if you're getting a machine like this one or Kangen machine or anything like that, or whatever machine lah, is that machine certified to be, to have the benefit according to the clinical studies lah? Is the machine designed and built so that when you use it, you can have the exact benefit of what is published in the clinical studies. So resonance water, if you ask me, well, I'd like to get a scientific name on that so that we can do more reading lah, and then we check the background of this whatever machine and see whether it is certified to give you that exact benefit lah. Like Kangen water, we have our ISO 13485, right? Medical grade. So yeah, it will be interesting lah to see other certification from other machine.
Thank you. Yubing, can you summarize that?
OK， John Mu 他就是说这个公诊水的发现是什么？到底喝这个水好不好？其实这个公诊水这个 Machine X 的水根本都没有什么那个科学研究，没有科学证据的，所以我们需要先进行同行的评审研究，要大家一起去研究一下，然后再对这个 Machine X 的那个进行那个活动。然后去保科那个机器的设计和执照都能够达到同行平衡的结果，才知道这个水到底好不好。但是这个水可以讲一句，就是它没有像还原水这样是电解水，还有是医疗资材，因为还原水是 ISO 13485，但是这个水是没有这个 ISO 的。
很好，very good. Now, next bring me to the last to cover this. Do you know that Kangen water, ionized water, is the only water in the world at this moment done in USA that the study by this Dr. Hauspisser that Kangen water have directly scientific evidence in the National Institute of Health study documented that can benefit human cell. Juming? Yeah.
看这个。你看他跟这个 Dr. Host 拍照其实还原水这个 Dr. Host 做了很多研究，然后他写了一篇其实是一本10篇的那个还原水的有什么好处。他其实是说这个还原水是有科学研究成果证明的，然后他认为他做了这样多的研究，他说这个还原水它对人体的细胞组织能够培养和让我们的人体能够把人体的活体把那个好处带出来，所以它可以证明是说还原水对我们人体的生命是很好的。
And also they have already spent 3 years, 2015 to until 2007, spent about 390,500, and this is going to be already documented at the National Institute of Health in America, the study.
他其实是用了3年的时间，2015年到2017年，用了差不多400千的美金来做这个研究，而且这个研究的那个study 那个研究的 study 已经是被承认了。
Okay, very good. Now you can see bottom line. Just to if you don't have a copy of this English and Chinese one, get hold of a copy of this because it is not based on study of mice or maybe animal. It's actually based on what he did using human cell directly study and use it with CANNOT water and to have proof beyond doubt and also certified through the this National Institute of Health in America and become a solid evidence of the proof in this study. Okay.
如果你们没有这本书的话，你们应该要去买这一本书，因为他这个所讲的这个研究，科学的研究成果证明他不是用什么，他不是用白老鼠来做那个测试，其实他是用我们人体内的细胞来做测试，所以他才用了这样多年的时间，才完成这一本短短的10页的这本研究报告。所以如果你们没有的话，应该去拿这一本来看看。
Very good. 那现在I already finished my sharing. The recording will be available. At the end of the last step, I want to caution every one of you here with the recommendation by American Anti-Cancer. We are a non-profit organization, understand, right? So why I'm very concerned about this Terahertz water. Now the problem, I have one patient now under stage 4 cervix cancer. Okay, because she did not drink directly as recommended by Bob Wright of the CANNOT Water Direct and put it into another machine. And now she is in serious condition. Her whole cervix tumor was removed. And then she's under chemo. And I can tell you honestly, bad news, she's dying. Tell me, do you think the person who sold the cake and then on top buy another one and check the property, do you think this person have any responsibility? Translate that.
OK， 他刚才所说的就是那个有位朋友是有那个子宫癌，根据那个 Bob Wright AACI 的 protocol 呢，他一直是喝那个还原水的，其实都是对身体不错，喝的挺好的。但是就是因为那位朋友介绍他这个 Terahertz 的水然后说这个水可以把还原水的水质变得更好，所以这个女人她就去喝这个 Terahertz 的水。但是不幸的就是已经到了末期了，然后他去做手术把整个子宫拿出来，不止这样，他现在已经是根本那个命都差不多都没有了，要死的那种。所以我们要知道还原水是好的，为什么还要介绍多另外一个不同的水剂来说这个水剂比还原水更好呢？
Okay. So, just now I was talking about that lady. The second one briefed by Junvel is a resonant machine, the second machine, not the Terahertz. And she was using that one. Now she stopped already. Now I'm trying to, me and Bob Wright trying to help her to rescue her. I mean, we are doing it now. So hopefully we keep our finger crossed and see what happens.
OK， 刚才John 讲的那个朋友有癌症的 John Liu 讲的那个呢，是用那个 resonant 就是 X 那个 machine 喝的那个水，但是他们已经赶得及来挽救这个朋友，所以这个朋友还是有的救。
Okay, so Junbel, I ask you a question. She was using the second machine, the one I've shown you, the resonant machine, but not the Terahertz. By the way I read on the skeptical physician, he also mentioned about the Terahertz. Are they the similar thing?
他问 John Bill， 他刚才说那个 resonant 那个 X machine 那个 X 水剂跟那个 Terahertz 水剂是一样吗？
Yeah, that's a very good one. Well, for me there is no common scientific name yet from my observation because they have this resonant water, and then when I did my reading, they also it's also similar to like what they call magnetic treated water or something like this.
Okay.
So to say that whether they are the same or not, that's the big question we need to see the certification. Okay, so if there is a standard like ISO standard or anything like that, then we can say, oh, this term Terahertz or whatever, it's referred to this clinical studies, something like this So basically people can take a name from something else and make it a brand. Okay, so yeah, A name is a name lah. We need to look at clinical studies lah. This is the purpose. Okay. Yeah.
Jomio 就是说哈，其实这个 X 水机还有 Terahertz 哦，根本不可以比较，因为这两家水机根本都没有那个 ISO 的 cert， 也是没有那个科学研究证据，然后证明这个水是好的。同点就是这两家水机哈，它都是用那个颠簸啊来整动那个水，然后把它变成更好。说好像把它变成更好，其实就是不是。
Okay, so thank you very much for all. Any other question you want to ask before we go off? We still have 5 minutes to spare. You invite them. Anybody want any question? Ask on Junville and Anthony. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah. Basically, what I think lah, my conclusion lah to this discussion tonight. It's an open subject lah, you know, we are open to, if there is clinical studies, you know, I'm more on paper based lah, okay, and then like a common name that we can read up, and then certification, that one is important lah. For me, certification is important lah, to tell you it is what it is lah. This machine is this machine is that, you know. Yeah, so like us, we describe our water. Kangen water is a brand. Okay, the scientific name for it is electrolyzed reduced water. The part is electrolyzed oxidized water, something like that.
Right.
And based on that, we can trace back the clinical studies, the peer review. And then if we have a common name for, you know, whatever that is behind this machine X or, you know, Terahertz, we can read up on that and see the certification and maybe, you know, see what are the benefits lah. Because the last question, you know, I can't really answer that unless I see the clinical studies lah. For in general health lah. Because previously we also see some people with certain medical condition cannot drink, you know, like for example the Terahertz water, which puzzles me lah, you know. So I think we need papers lah to understand more.
Yeah, can you that?
Yeah, John Will 他就是说哈，水机是水机，但是如果你看还原水为什么这样好呢？就是因为还原是那个电板，然后是电解还原水，是有那个认证的，很多认证，还有最重要呢，就是有很多那个见证。见证就是那些人用了之后是变成好的，有好的现象。但是其他的水机我们不能够讲，因为第一他们是没有那个 ISO 的认证，第二他们也是没有进行那个同行的评审研究。如果是没有那个同行的评审研究的话呢，我们怎么讲那个水是好的呢？
Okay, good. Any other question? Or on the chat, I answer K. Shua mentioned about any test compared to Kangen water ORP and after treated with Terahertz. I did that. You can get hold of from Dennis the last talk. The last talk I used Kangen water treated with this Terahertz, also done by John Bell. You can I'll send you the test separately. Okay. Next question. Someone put in Chinese here talking about they have all the lab tests and black and white, and then say about we are talking anyhow talk. Now, think of it. Basically, lab tests can be done by anybody. I can go and sell something and do some lab tests, but is that reliable? Is it trustable? Sing the Goma, is it believable? I think the important thing, what you talk about, test all these things, if you can search something of a certain Terahertz water or resonant water, it must be on the Google Scholar. Google Scholar or maybe PubMed, all these things, those are reliable, certified people study that people can challenge. I think those are most important part of tests. Answer that? Right? 明白了？所以我意思讲，我那个 test ORP 用 Kangen water treated by Terahertz 已经有了， 我已经做好了，那时候是 Junvel 跟我做的，是你可以跟 Dennis 拿 cash 啊，就是这样啊。那么另外一方面，我刚才讲英文的是，好像有没有 lab test？lab test 看你信不信得过。你为什么我通常信得过？我通常做一个 American Anti-Cancer 的那一方面，因为它是一个 non-profit organization， 最少它不是为了钱来推荐一样东西，所以你要有黑白的话的 reliable study 啊 ，you got to be come from Google Scholar. Google Scholar is a public document, and do tests are reliable. I can sell something. 我可以卖一种东西放进去的话，用私人的做法，也可以用钱来买出来的，那种不可靠。We cannot trust on that. Understand, right? You see, like the Kangen water study, you have a scientific study on Kangen water that is published in the National Institute of Health. Those are reliable. Those are not private. Those have to be clinical tested. You understand? 明白我意思吗？还有什么吗？要问吗？明白啊 ？Okay, and Anthony is available here. So anybody have any questions? 所以有什么问题可以问一下 Junvel 和 Anthony 吗？最後2分鐘。
There is a question in the chat.
Okay.
John, yeah.
What is it? Shear brand versus active hydrogen, how reliable? Okay. Now, active hydrogen, I do not trust the meter unless the meter is medical grade. The meter I use just now, active hydrogen, is a certified medical device from Japan. I bought it from Japan myself. And then later on, you go and search your website, you can buy a reliable one. The one so far I tested, I had it for about 3-4 years now. It's still working. It's very sharp and really working very well. So that one is more reliable on active hydrogen. Okay? Any other question? 没有啦，好了。Okay,
one more question.
Thanks very much. Your wonderful time, Juming. You do a very good translation. Thank you, Junvel, for your contribution, and Anthony. You really enjoy it. That will enhance most of the people's knowledge here. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, once again, I want to take the opportunity to thank all our listeners for staying in until the end of this session. And I'm sure you will find that today's session is actually very beneficial, and I believe you must have taken down some good notes. Now, today's session really is a very timely session that we are able to share thoughts of various other machines that actually have come into the market, and we want to give the best to our own customers, patients, as well as even our own distributors. So these are healthy discussions we have, and we really want to take this time to thank, Brother John Lim, as well as even Brother Anthony, as well as John Will, and of course, Juming for doing an excellent job of getting, the things translated for the benefit of all our people. And to our listeners who have any other questions you have in mind, now we will be around, so you can always direct the questions to those who have introduced you to today's session, and we will be able to obtain such questions, and we will take the time to have that questions answered to you. So all in all, we just want to say tonight's session is a session, actually it's exciting as we call about it. I think we have answered most of the questions that have been raised. We really thank all the persons who have actually raised up that question, and number 2, for all the answers that have been given. So we'll come to the end of today's session, and once again, I want to thank each and every one of you for your presence. With that, I want to say good night, stay safe, and stay healthy. God bless.